Interesting.
Says we're live.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry about the page. That's all right.
It's what?
We're live on your profile and we're live on YouTube.
What's up, Don?
What's going on?
Been a while.
A little bit.
Been busy.
Yeah. Busy summer.
So I think this is the first time that we're doing the podcast. Everything's up and running. There's people at the Cigar Lounge right now behind us through the window.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the little green room, as we call it, for all the musicians that come here. They come up in the green room and it's black. There's a green couch, green sofa, but they like it.
Yeah,
they love
awesome.
coming up here. It's private. They have a refrigerator.
Yeah, it's a nice space for them.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But today we have it's Wednesday. Sabrina's working the Cigar Lounge, and it's nice. A couple people here. It's Ash Wednesday.
I don't think it's April.
But Jake calls it Ash Wednesday, so we're gonna roll with it.
Cool.
Crisp. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's good to be home. Just got home today.
Yeah, been a while since I had one of these.
Yeah. Last night. They're so good.
Yeah.
And by the way, Saving Abel, Scotty Austin loved the crisp.
Yeah.
And he can't stop talking about it, actually.
And State Light, whole band.
And State Light, yeah. They came back in after the show and got a couple of them to take a 6-pack of each to take with them.
Yeah.
And then I gave him some crisp limes too. So as a little bonus.
That's cool.
Yeah. So today we were going to do a cigar pairing, a flight actually of Old Elk. And the state just has problems with their website again.
Yeah, go figure.
So like none of our SOL or SOOs are coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And we got hit. So we're just going to do a review of, and we're doing the pairing here at the Cigar Lounge too, of Old Elk Cigar Cut, which Don is going to take us through here in a second.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to pair it up with the Placencia Alma del Fuego, which is an amazing cigar. We're going to talk about it and smoke it in a bit. But Don, let's start off with this Old Elk, baby.
Yeah, so this is the Cigar Cut, which is up here. Been up here at Cigars on Market. So Cigar Cut is bourbon whiskey finished in sherry, Armagnac, port, and cognac barrels. And Old Elk is pretty cool because they give you a real breakdown of what everything is. This one just breaks down the barrels. Some of the other stuff really breaks down like the malt bill, how much wheat and rye and stuff is in it. But this one is 6 years in all those different barrels. So it went into sherry casks for 1.5 years. It went into Armagnac casks for 1.25 years, then into port for 3 to 8 months, and then into cognac casks for 3 to 6 months.
That's going to be delightful.
Yeah, so they call it Cigar Cut. It's supposed to feel like the warm glow of a smoldering fire.
Warm glow of the smoldering fire.
Yeah.
That's freaking amazing. The aroma is very sweet and flamey, actually, like fiery. Oh yeah.
Yeah, especially when you start to open your mouth, you actually do get an ethanol hit there. It's fruity, you know. If you said sherry and cognac, you'd say, yeah, you get that right on the nose.
Totally. I like it. Let's try it. First thing I'm going to say, excuse me, it's not the most complex bourbon that we've had, but it's definitely got some different things going on.
Yeah.
And right off the bat, what are you tasting?
Yeah, right off the bat, it's the front side is a lot more empty than the back end is. Almost like Scotch kind of is, you know, like You get that front end really kind of passes over the tip of the tongue without anything, and then all the flavors kind of in the back. But it's got like this warm, like cinnamon character to it, and then fruit from those other odd casks. Can't say I've ever had Armagnac. I don't really even know what that is.
It's definitely got. If I had to guess, do you kind of feel like a little bit of almost like an absinthe?
Mm.
Can you taste that in there a little bit?
Yeah, but I agree with you, but I don't know how to put that into words.
We'll have to check out the Armagnac and see what that is all about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not like a licorice or
it's not
fennel, but it kind of hits you the way those spices do.
I almost feel like on the fennel side, to be honest with you. It's unique. I mean, there's nothing really like it that I can compare it to and say we've had.
I didn't even lift the proof. What is it? Feels low. Well, proof feels low. It's 110.6.
That's in the low hundreds.
Yeah, I'm not. It might be mid hundreds.
Hold on a second. We got to figure this out. So this is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I've had this. I've sipped on this before, and it was nice.
A different cigar, I'm sure.
It was a different cigar. Can't remember what I smoked with it actually. It's pretty good though. I'm not minding it. So I went a little darker with the cigar for this because I know that the cigar, this dark one, the Placencia, is gonna mellow out from this old oak, even though it's a 104. Like I really think it's gonna be something that blends well, goes well. And what we wanted to do tonight was finish it off. Yeah. Have the nub left of the cigar, deeper cigar, and then the cigar cut just mellowed off. Because when Don and I tasted the old elk lineage that they have out right now, we started with the lower proof, went to the highest, which what was there, 6 total? And we picked 4 out of the 6.
Yeah, there was 6 on the table.
Yeah. And so we picked the low, the medium, and then the hot old elk.
Yeah.
And then the cigar cut to kind of mellow out that last part of the cigar that's going to be a little more bitter, especially when you get a dark cigar like this.
Yeah, we had a really cool flight plan. Maybe we'll still do it in the future, hopefully. But we were going to start with the double wheat, I think, because that's kind of a really softer whiskey that they make from their core lineup. And then I thought the other one was it the straight rye or was it the high rye?
High rye was last, or the third, right?
Third, yeah. And then so we were probably going straight to their bourbon in the middle.
Yeah, because the high rye was like a 112 proof too? It was high too. It was up there.
That might have been from the single barrels. We had a couple really cool single barrel selections to choose from.
Interesting. So anyway, all of these bottles that we had for tonight are actually stuck at the liquor store, at the distribution center. Old Elk sent them in, but they're not releasing them because their system's off. Their whole IT department's in it right now, and they wouldn't ship them out.
Right.
So they're like, it's sitting here until you can order it online.
Yep.
Everybody that knows, like the past last year they made that change, and the change was, hey, you got to order online. There's no more ordering at the store or anything else, which is how we used to do it. It was good. I think the guys made sure everything was there and it was taken care of. But I imagine there was a little bit of theft, right? I mean, look at what they did with the bottles in Harrisburg.
Special bottles coming through. Yeah.
Incidentally, dropped some Blanton's earlier this week, and we managed to re-up our supply, which was real nice.
In danger of running out, but not anymore.
Not anymore. At least for a little bit.
A little bit.
Put it that way.
Come in and get it.
All right. So what do we got going on now, Don? We let this air out a little bit.
Yep.
Opened up a little. Some water. I just took a sip of that crisp.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, these other port and sherry and cognac are kind of putting these other characteristics on it. But you can't, I think what it is you can't pick those characteristics out from the total. So they're kind of all melding together and with the whiskey to kind of really put out these things that are reminiscent of something off the wall like absinthe.
Yeah. The aroma definitely changed.
Mm-hmm.
The aroma changed a lot, actually, from when you just pulled it out.
And the palate. I'm not going to say it's hot like an ethanol burn, but it's hot like embers.
Like a smoldering fire.
Yeah, I mean, they hit that pretty well.
Wow. Excuse me. Asthma's been crazy this past week. It's not because of the cigars.
Right.
It's not because of the
It
bourbon.
can't be.
It's because of the heat, I think.
Humidity.
So anyway, let's go into this box.
Mm-hmm.
Press. Placencia. Don, what are we giving away today? Should we give something away?
Sure. What do you want to give away?
Well, let's try to get how when they message us, right?
Mhm.
It doesn't show up on this. It shows up.
Yeah, not all of them do.
It should. So if somebody comments right now,
Mm-hmm.
let's give them a Partagas stick next time they come up. Give them a Partagas cigar and a signed poster of Saving Abel.
There you go.
How about that?
Mhm.
So we'll give you a
Scotty
cigar
Austin.
when you come up. Scotty Austin. Sorry. Scotty Austin of Saving Abel. Give you a cigar and a poster next time you come up. I'm going to light this thing. Oh my gosh, we have exciting news too. Another band.
I was just going to ask you, we got anything in the works for a new concert?
Don, why don't you tell us about it?
I don't know. I think you should.
Okay. So do y'all know the song Bring Me to Life by Evanescence? The group that plays with Amy Lee is called 12 Stones. And 12 Stones is coming to the sidebar and playing with one of the founding members of Saving Abel as well.
Yeah.
It's going to be an acoustic show.
I think it's their founding guitarist from Saving
Yeah,
Abel.
yeah.
Is
So they're
12 Stones?
two legends
Yeah.
of rock.
Mm-hmm. And the vocalist was on that, featured on that Evanescence single.
Bring Me to Life.
Yeah.
Dude, this cigar is great. So I can't ever have enough of these. My buddies down in Texas, Ben and RJ, the Placencia is one of their go-tos. And they probably have, I don't know how many different kinds. There's quite a few.
Mhm.
And we have two here right now at the Cigar Lounge. And they are just amazing smokes. They smoke really nice all the way through. Deeper cigar. It's not really overly dark, as you guys can see. But with that being said, it's a pretty firm hit, you know?
It smells roasty.
It is.
Almost like maybe a chestnut to it.
It's definitely nutty.
Mm-hmm.
It's got that nutty characteristic to it. It's Nicaraguan.
Mhm.
Every bit of this cigar, of the Placencias, Nicaraguan. And Placencia has a couple farms. So the Dominican is where the company actually started, if I recall correctly, right? Andrew would be the one to tell us the whole thing, right?
Andrews, yeah.
And the family had the original farm, brought the marketing group in, or the marketing group came in and did the line, the brand. They sold the farm not too long ago, and obviously made it bigger and everything else. And then I think the brand sold as well. So like this is the new people running the Placencias.
Mm-hmm.
I could be totally off, I think I'm
Sounds good to
totally
me.
right. Amazing cigar. So it's giving me a lot of that roasted nut type flavor. It's not a sweetened cigar, but it's a very, very nice, delicate smoke to it.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Let's take a sip. See what we got. Right off the bat, you take the cigar and you smell the aroma of the bourbon, and it's bringing out that nutty characteristic. So it was like a shit. What's that nut called?
Pistachio.
No. The
Cashew.
sweeter one, sweeter.
Macadamia.
Hazelnut. It
Hazelnut.
brought out like a hazelnut to me.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, right off the bat, this whiskey got sweeter for me.
Totally.
And I almost taste something really exotic like plantains in the back end of that.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's not quite banana, but it's
This is crazy how much the smoke is influencing this bourbon.
There's like a grassy fruit to it now.
Okay, so this just went from unique and kind of like maybe 2 or 3 different emotions that I have as I'm tasting this and thoughts going through my head to holy cow, I've got 6 different tastes and aromas that I have going through there now.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. This is a good one. It's a really good pairing.
Yeah, I imagine, if you're going to call something cigar cut from a large company like Old Elk, you better put some time and due diligence into it. And it's really changing in the presence of smoke.
You can definitely taste that sherry coming through a little bit, I think, too.
I think it has like a very characteristic heat of sherry, like sherry ethanol, but I usually from a sherry or a port cask, this has both. I get a lot of grape that I don't really like in my whiskey, but this is really well melded, and those things don't exactly exist. And cognac's a wine product too, isn't it?
Yeah.
So somehow they made the right whiskey to go into those casks.
I can't believe how much this is changing. Every sip, every drag, it's something different. Like I'm on this, like, I don't even know how to describe what I'm tasting right now. This is pretty cool. This is a good one, Don.
Good pick. Good
and I'm not sure to give, credit on one side or the other more than the other, but you're not smoking the cigar.
Right.
And you're definitely feeling that change as well, right? On the palate.
Yeah, definitely changing. And I think that maybe the second sip, even before the smoke, it was changing a little bit, but I think it would have done it anyway. I don't know if it would have been this pronounced.
Cigar is definitely influencing a little bit, for sure. But this is pretty damn good. I'm really happy with this one.
Yeah.
So now with the flight, like right now, this cigar is still the same as it was when I lit it, essentially, right? As I get down further, it's going to change, flavor in the cigar.
It's a pretty long one too. So
it is. I mean,
this is to be drank while you're smoking that.
That's why we, a flight of 4 with the cigar makes a lot of sense, right? So it's going to be 4 1-ounce pours.
Yeah.
And we're just going to be sipping them along the way. It's not an inexpensive cigar. It's not an inexpensive, bourbon selection either. Rye, like they're pretty nice liqueurs.
Yeah.
And pretty nice cigars. So they're going to go well together. But I think if you do it and you start low, work your way up, and then end right here at this one with that nuttiness flavor coming through, it's going to be pretty good.
You're going to have to put chalk lines on your cigar at every quarter, so you know when to switch.
We could do that. Yeah, something. Maybe just lay it down. It's a good idea, Don. Don't know why I didn't think of that before. So anyway, this is going to be a really good show. I wish we could play some music on here so that everybody could hear a little bit of what to expect. But y'all know that one song, right? Maybe you could pull it up. And these two guys are just going to kill it for us.
Yeah, Scott Bartlett was the guitarist from Saving Abel. I guess still is.
Mm-hmm.
They get back together. And Paul McCoy of 12 Stones.
Paul McCoy's voice is so raspy and grungy, just like, back in the 90s, when they were blowing up, late 90s, early 2000s. And he's such a good performer. Scotty Austin, when he was here, such an amazing performer, got everybody into it. This one's going to be pretty cool. We have Jacob and Maria doing a duo, the Heartstrings duo. And should be fun. You got it teed up?
I do.
Let's do it. So this is the song. Oh, we got to do an interview with him. Keep it going. Keep it doing. We'll play it in the background. Oh, can we play this? YouTube. Well, this is him though. He's gonna approve it for us. It's already done. We should try to call him right now. Actually, that'd be kind of cool. So they both want to do an interview, huh?
He might pick up.
He will. They both want to do an interview. We should fast forward that to Paul. He actually did a really good job on this song too, right?
Yeah.
And Amy Lee, she made this song when she was 19 years old, and then she recorded it with 12 Stones and Big Paul. She's like,
Right.
You got the voice for this song, right? And she held on to it for like 12 years before she found the right mesh for it. Here we go. I mean, his voice is so powerful, and like her voice is so powerful too, right? Like they make an awesome pair. Oh, I told him. So his manager, I'm talking to him. I'm like, listen, bring Amy Lee. Like this song went viral again. What, 6 months ago or something like that? He's like, get Amy Lee here and let's do a reunion. It didn't happen though. I think there was a quote of like 100,000 or something. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, that's a little steep.
It's a little steep.
It's a charity show. Come out, support Girls in the Hoodie.
Mm-hmm. Girls in the Hoodie. All the ticket sale proceeds go to the Girls in the Hoodie Scholarship Fund.
Yeah. Everyone in the band, you're gonna give a scholarship back to their high schools.
That's right.
Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah. It was really cool, Scotty, when he got the scholarship and was talking on the radio about it and everything. He started crying, and he's like, my town is so small. We don't have a lot of money, and any scholarship that goes to the school, like it's huge, no matter how large or small it is. And like to have his name on it, he was like, it's just, this is amazing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you sprung it on him live on the radio.
I did spring it to him live on the radio. And then again here, and he's all about it. Okay, so this is opening up a lot now.
Yeah. It's making me warm.
Yeah.
It doesn't usually happen.
That's interesting. Is there something specific that does that?
110 proof.
That's great. Well, the cigar is getting a little more mellow too, and I feel like that's definitely attributable to this, to the old oak, to the cigar cut. It's kind of like bringing it in. It's all meshing very well. This pairing is dead on. So we're doing this pairing all week. We'll have it here this week. I'll probably pair off the other box I have too, with the same whiskey, or with the same bourbon. Next week I'm not here. So like if they start doing the flights, I got this soccer game I have to go to.
Yeah. This soccer game I have to go to. What soccer game are you going to?
Well, it's the Major League Soccer All-Star event. And so I have to go out there and help put it together, I guess.
Soccer game.
It's soccer game. It's funny, right? Like I say soccer game. John Ruskowski would probably hit me upside the head right now and be like, dude, it's like one of the biggest events in the US. National Soccer League.
Yeah.
But it is just a soccer game with a lot of real good soccer players.
Yeah, extremely.
Mm-hmm.
They were, everybody in Europe was all, I mean, this is MLS, but the World Cup's coming to the US, and everybody's in Europe's all pissed off. Like, the Americans don't even know about this. They don't even know that Copa America is happening right now, and this and that. And it's like, that's exactly why it's coming, because the untapped potential in this country is more than anywhere else in the world for this sport.
It's so true. Like, we are the only country in the US that just has not done anything. It's too bad. I should probably see if we can get one of these two on right now, and then we can just cut it and put it in there.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're live and it's kind of like a thing, but let me see what I could do. That would be kind of cool, right?
Yeah. I just finished my glass, but that last bit I held in my mouth for a little while, and I got what I would say is characteristic of cognac, which I always think is chocolate, and it's totally in there, like in the back finish now.
I can taste that. It's still just blowing my mind. It's changing every step. So I just had 2 messages from a couple of friends of mine, the 2 in Texas that I was talking about, and they both are smoking Placencias right now. And one's smoking the same one that we are.
Nice.
And Ben is smoking the 151, which I don't have at the bar, but maybe I should get at the bar at the Cigar Lounge.
Ben buys real high-end stuff, I think, right?
It varies. Like we try a lot of stuff that we just try. But let me do this in the studio with the Placencia. So it's looking pretty nice out there. We didn't take everybody on a tour of the lounge yet,
right?
But it all came together really nice, and I think everybody out here that comes by really enjoys it. We have a nice selection of cigars. I got another cabinet coming in like 3 weeks now, so they had to build it and make it and ship it back up. So it's like a 3-week delivery, and then I'll fill it up 2 days after I get it.
Yeah, it seems like they're really easy to fill up.
If they were just that easy to empty.
Yeah, right.
It's just a joke. But listen, we do have a couple nice cigars in there. Did anybody message us yet? Because I'm looking here, we're giving away a free cigar the next visit up, a Scotty Austin signed poster with the whole group. Oh yeah, I hear that. Sounded like me, Don.
Yeah, not good.
So this Placencia, guys, the Alma del Puerto is amazing, real smooth, and with the old elk, for everybody that just got on, it's tasting so nice. This pairing is just, it's whimsical almost. I don't know how else to say it. Like you're tasting so many different flavor profiles. It's blowing my mind.
Yeah, I mean, this whiskey just keeps pivoting through all these different stages. Like it felt a little Scotch forward in the beginning, maybe a little Irish in the beginning, and now it's really coming through to American, and it passed right through Canadian. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And Old Elk is a Fort Collins brand, Colorado.
Oh, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
They're not from Kentucky?
No.
I thought they were.
No. No, they're a Western one.
Wow.
They're one of the 3 or 4 really good ones.
Yeah. What's that other one that? Oh, Wyoming.
Wyoming whiskey. High West is great. Out
Yeah.
of Utah.
Wow, that I didn't remember that conversation, Don, about Old Elk being from Colorado, but
I don't know if there was one.
kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Might need Sabrina to come in here and pour another
Yeah,
one.
right?
Might want to give her a text because I think you're about out. So, for all you guys coming on right now too, we were just talking about Paul McCoy from 12 Stones coming and doing an acoustic show on August 1st. It's going to be an unbelievable show. 12 Stones. I don't think YouTube could actually take me off if I already have permission to play it, right? That doesn't make any sense.
Like
Would they do that?
Yeah, YouTube's like a ask questions later platform, so maybe we'll have to appeal if they catch us.
I think I will. I'll totally appeal it.
Yeah.
And what about Facebook? Am I allowed to?
I think that's
Same thing,
fine.
right?
I think that's fine.
Okay, so, and I think we should have, we should definitely have Paul on the show.
Yeah.
He wants to do a couple interviews. They want to do, a pairing too. He wants to get on and do a live pairing.
Mm-hmm.
So this was one of his bigger songs. It's called The Anthem for the Underdog.
Yeah, he got that voice.
Such a good voice, dude.
Classic voice.
And he's going to be acoustic. So he's going to be jamming and screaming this stuff here, but totally mellowed out. Totally mellowed out. And then, we'll see. They're going to pull some really cool stuff out.
Yeah.
For sure. Just like Scotty did. Scotty pulled some really cool stuff out.
Scotty was awesome.
Yeah. So next time we do our show, we'll set up a Zoom thing, and we'll have Paul on, and yeah,
you can do maybe we'll do one before the show.
it'd be super cool.
Yeah.
It was funny, with Scotty and his band. Scotty wasn't really about being around smoke before he performed.
Mm-hmm.
And afterwards we were all smoking and having a good time up here.
Right.
But he's like, listen, I don't want any cigar smoke or cigarette smoke or anything around me before I get on stage.
Yeah, makes sense.
Super cool.
Mm-hmm.
First time that ever happened.
Mm-hmm.
Usually everybody wants to just smoke a party.
Yeah. No, they cared. They definitely did a lot of things to get prepared.
Mm-hmm. For sure. You know what else we'll have to do the next time? So I'm away for a week, right? So I get back. We'll give away a couple of VIP tickets to the show.
Yeah.
And
that gets you meet and greet.
Yeah.
A little while before the show, get some drinks and hang out with the guys.
And it's a Thursday night, so I think our special is the surf and turf. I'm thinking about doing surf and turf up here for the VIP members, guests. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a fantastic meal.
So, I want to know what everybody feels about Trapped. The music group Trapped. TRAPT, for those who don't know. Because we're looking at maybe bringing them in too. But that's going to be a big show. That's a huge one. That's a big one for us here. And that would be a big fundraiser for us too, for girls. And I think everybody would have to be VIP at that point, at that show.
Yeah, probably.
We'll just have them meet 150 people. That's no big deal. And just put on one hell of a good show.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know Trapped, man, Headstrong is their big song. That was their mainstream song.
Yeah.
But they have, Stories is another one. Between these walls, their songs just go on and on and on. They're hit songs, and they're great. They're really great. All right, Don. Not quite to the halfway point, but the cigar is definitely changing a little bit.
Yeah.
And I haven't had a sip.
A lot more
of the cigar cut yet. So we're gonna try to make that happen right now.
Try.
Oh, where's she at?
She got a rush.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
So this cigar is really changing, actually.
Mhm.
It's coming off. It's definitely getting a little sweeter, almost, I would say. And I'm tasting more of like a almost like a graham cracker, like a smoked graham cracker. Let's put it that way.
Mhm.
You know, like if you're making your s'more or something, and you get that graham cracker over the fire or something, and take a bite. That's kind of what I'm getting now. So it's definitely a lot sweeter than it started out.
Yeah, it smells sweeter. It's got an earthiness to it.
Yeah.
I think almost leaning chocolate, but not not that dark.
Oh, it's so good.
Graham crackers are good.
So good.
Yeah, good description.
Yeah, and almost you also kind of sense that like burning marshmallow. Like it's kind of like this burning, smoky taste to it right now,
Mhm.
but a sweet, like burnt taste.
Mhm.
And this is about halfway. And I haven't had a sip of this in a while, so we're gonna do it again real quick. I mean, this is crazy, Don. How much this is changing.
Yeah, it's interesting if it gets sweeter in the middle. Maybe we switch up that order on the flight. But
No, I don't think we want to do that. I still think it's going to get a little bitter at the end because it is a large cigar, and
Mhm.
it's going to, come down and really give you that. The most like strongest part of it is going to be at the end,
Yeah,
at that kick.
Yep.
And it's growing. It's burning really good too. Where is? Funny, this is the first one that we've done, and like, we got to follow all the rules
Yeah.
by PLCB and stuff. We don't want to get in trouble for anything.
Yep.
So need somebody in here to serve us. Can't serve ourselves.
No.
So Sabrina is up here a lot. Sabrina, Amber, and Kate at the Cigar Lounge. Loving it. It's actually going really well. And Sabrina,
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
Hello.
would you mind pouring us another nip?
Yes, of course. You want new glasses or the same? Okay. Oh, I see.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
How is it out there tonight, Sabrina?
It's good. There's a guy on leave. He brought his mom. He knew exactly what kind of
Oh,
cigar he
cool.
wanted, what kind of bourbon he wanted, and we have both.
Army.
And I believe so, yes.
What cigar did he get?
He got the Drew Estate, the Java.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Good.
So, it's going good. But have fun.
We'll be out to join them.
Thank you.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Sabrina.
You're welcome.
It's a fun time. I mean, you've always got the a line for the pool table. Oh, not a line. One or two people waiting to play you on the pool table. You're never going to play alone. A couple people hanging out in really comfortable couches. Deck of cards.
Deck of cards. Everybody plays cards.
Mm-hmm.
They all
Everybody
every
sits down and plays a game.
every night. Somebody's playing spades. Somebody's playing, rummy, gin,
Yeah.
something.
Mhm.
If I had a poker set here, I'm sure they'd get the Texas Hold'em.
Yep.
But they really like the games that 4 people could sit around the table and play.
Yeah.
And that's what they do.
And you don't need to gamble to play them.
You don't need to gamble to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to say you don't need to smoke or drink too to have fun, but I mean, we are at the Cigar Lounge. Definitely helps a little bit. All right, so I don't think our comments are coming up.
Yeah. We'll figure out who it is.
We will. So next time we'll give out the VIP tickets.
Mm-hmm.
We should probably give away a bus ticket too.
Cool.
Yeah. make that all happen.
Mhm.
And then maybe introduce a little bit of, New Trail Crisp or something into that
Yeah.
mix.
Got some new stuff coming down the pipeline. Pretty fun.
hmm By the way, Eric Hoover still didn't pick up his knob. I mean, what's up with that?
Eric, if you're watching,
He still hasn't been on the show.
he got a bottle for you. That's funny.
I mean, I think we're gonna have to drink it on the show.
Yeah.
Or drink drink knob on the show since he won it, right?
The only way to get it to him is to drink it.
Mm-hmm. So Jacob Yoas, we see him like once a week, right? Once or
Yeah.
twice a week
Yeah,
now.
anymore. I see him all the time.
So Marie and Jacob are going to be the ones opening for 12 Stones acoustic, which is cool because they're going to do their acoustic duo set, right? And then we're going to run into 12 Stones acoustic.
Mhm.
But with that, Jacob was on the show and we had a blast with him. And I think we should probably get him and Maria on
Yeah.
with 12
Stones.
Stones
Yeah.
and just make that happen.
That'd be fun.
The problem is whenever the group gets here, right? Because we're going to be on for at least a half hour.
Yeah.
And it's going to be kind of tough to get that all figured out.
Mhm.
Especially with Scotty Austin, because they all had to go back to the hotel, do their makeup and their hair and mohawks and stuff. It's pretty cool though.
Yeah. Tell them to come a little early.
Depends on where they're coming from.
Yeah,
I
I
think
guess.
they're in New York before us.
Yeah, it's simple.
3 hours.
Mhm.
Yeah, we can make that happen. August 1st.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. August 1st and then September 1st, Duck Derby.
Oh yeah, September 1st, Duck Derby. The August 29th. Or is that the 30th? So 30 days in August or 29. It's got to be 30.
That would be a Friday, right? It's Friday.
Saturday.
That's the 31st.
So 31st. So there's 30 days in August. I feel like such a fool right
The
now.
first is Sunday, yeah.
My goodness. Okay. So the first is the Duck Derby Sunday. Saturday, the 31st, is going to be, as far as I know, Joe might not have put this in stone yet, but they're going to do the poker run.
Yeah,
The
it
Girls
got
in the Hoodie
delayed
poker run.
from last week, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, because we had all the storms come through and rain and
Yeah.
just wasn't a good day.
Yeah, so trying something new with a poker run leading right into Duck Derby.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool.
It actually works out pretty good.
Mhm.
We'll be up there Friday at the cabin,
Mhm.
at least Friday, maybe Thursday.
Mhm.
But I'm going to say Friday. We'll stay. We'll help them set up. We'll do the poker run. We'll come back to the trout run.
Mhm.
I don't know if she's going to be open Saturday. I think she is usually.
Yeah, she's usually open during the
Yeah.
poker
And then
run,
on
usually.
Sunday, the bar restaurant is closed and everything is outside at the fish shack.
Yep.
In the Duck Derby, all the ducks run wild.
Monday is Labor Day.
Monday is Labor Day.
Mhm.
Chill day at the cabin.
Yeah.
So I'll wake up late, have a cookout, have the family up, out to the cabin. It'll be a good time. We'll definitely have to we should do a couple podcasts up there this year. So we'll do one for the poker run. Professor will be there.
Mm-hmm. That'd be nice.
Yeah. And then one for the Duck Derby and then one at the cabin. So Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
All right.
Oh, God. What bottles are we going to drink for that?
We'll pack the suitcase.
Mm-hmm. Are you doing a special beer this year?
I don't think we got it talking about it yet, but maybe.
Do we still have time?
Do we have time?
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
So what do you got going on here, Don? Let's wrap this up and start rating this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, interesting. It's now like it's finally coming around to just bourbon whiskey. You know, it's like
Really?
these other cats are kind of falling away from it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going through the whole s'more right now. It's like graham cracker to chocolate to burnt marshmallow. It's pretty cool. You still get a bit of fire to it.
I mean, it's so funny. Like, it totally changed again, but it's still holding some of that like curiosity and that sweetness a little bit. And I think it's getting more towards the darker end of it, though. You're right.
Mhm.
Like, I don't even want to say like just a whiskey. I want to say like definitely a deeper, smokier flavor. It's kind of just like they said it would be.
Yeah, it
right.
really is. Yeah, they did a really good job describing this.
It totally changed from one spectrum to another. It's not like what's the one that we did the 6 and we didn't do the last one yet? The
Oh, the benchmarks.
the benchmarks. So
Mhm.
it's not like the first benchmark where just it kept this complexity the
Mhm.
whole way through, right?
Mhm.
That benchmark was amazing. It was just like the old Bardstown, right? This
Yeah.
one has complexity and it's changing throughout this time,
It is. It's giving you different hints every time.
but it's not holding anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's just different.
Mhm.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I never would have guessed the proof on it either. I mean, it's just kind of really moving over the palate and really moving through those different flavor changes.
Yeah, for sure. So what are you thinking on this one, Don?
I think this one's really tough to rate because it's changed probably more than anything we've had on the show. We've had some real wild swings. This one's not swinging wildly. It feels like it's moving through a progression intelligently. Like it's leading you like through something, and it's not jumping all over the place, which is really, really cool. The proof is super high. Never would have guessed it. They describe it perfectly. It's probably the best bourbon I've ever had out of any one of these casks, let alone all of them together. I'm a big fan. Probably gonna give it.
Those are pretty strong words.
Yeah,
Like I'm a little impressed right now.
I think I'm gonna be at like an 8.8.
Wow, Don.
Yeah, but it's tough because like it still has so much room to change. You know, like I don't know what's coming next.
Yeah. It's a true story, actually.
Mm.
You know, it's funny. Like when you're out in a social setting and you're having a good time, you're having a couple cigars with people, you're not thinking about it.
Mhm.
And like we're so focused on just this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
In music right now, for whatever reason tonight. I'm in a music kind of mood, right?
Mhm.
But we're so focused on it and you taste it and you can understand what it's trying to tell you.
Yeah.
And this is definitely one of those complex bourbons
Totally.
that is just like blow your mind.
Mhm.
And when you pair it with a cigar, and this cigar especially, like it's a home run. It's a home run.
Mhm.
You gave it an 8.8.
Mm-hmm. To your point, I've had an ounce of this before. Just an ounce in a social setting, wasn't trying to think about it. Had an ounce real quick, and I was like, yeah, it was pretty good. Whatever. Little thin for my palate, but whatever. And then you really start to sit down and think about it and actually have more than an ounce, and it's really, really cool.
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
It is.
Like we're out here
Mhm.
a lot, right?
Mhm.
And we're trying a lot of different bourbons.
Yeah.
Ones that we haven't had, ones that we have had, ones that we want to bring on the show. And I don't think there's one that we've tasted that we wouldn't bring on the show, right?
No doubt.
Now,
Yeah.
going through that benchmark series,
Mhm.
like we learned a lot on that,
We did.
right?
Yep.
Because we haven't had all those before.
That was the exercise. Yeah.
That was. And we still have one more to go
Uh,
that we,
1, 2,
maybe two.
Maybe
I
two.
thought it was one.
might be 1.
It might be two.
Yeah.
Anyway, but the social setting really, it's different. You can't appreciate it as much as you do here.
Mhm.
Just focusing on it.
Yeah.
I can't give it a 9,
Right.
but I'm giving it an 8.9.
Yeah.
Because it is that good. It's an
Exactly.
8.9.
Super, super cool.
It is that good.
Mhm.
The pairing, however, I'm giving a 9. This pairing is actually really good, and I'm not saying that because we're doing the pairing here. Not saying it because of
I
that.
promise
Like, I'm
it's actually great.
super impressed with this. As a matter of fact, if if we didn't, if we had the flight, we'd still have this show tonight.
Yeah, right.
And it would have been the flight with a
Right.
cigar.
Yep.
It would have been totally different.
Mhm.
And I'm excited because we're still going to do the pairing.
Mhm.
It's going to be 2 weeks probably, right? But we're going to do it and we're going to see how it does, how it travels through the 4 Old Elks.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, come out and join the flight and see for yourself. But that's going to be more of a manufactured evolution through whiskey, because you have an ounce of 4 different things that are 4 very different malt bills and 4 very different cask conditionings, and ending with this one. But after you end with this one, go back up, get 2-3 more ounces, and
Right.
really think about it. It's super cool.
And I think, like, do they still have the cigar cut
No,
at the Loyal Plaza?
that was a quick in and through. I think you had to go to a certain store to pick those up.
Okay.
That was
So
last year.
was it last year? It was
Last
this year.
or it was early this year.
Early this year.
Yeah.
So we're still gonna have, I think, 2 bottles of each.
Mhm.
So it's a limited amount of the pairings that we can do, the flights that we could do.
Yeah.
And the cigars we have will have enough for however many people want to do it. But we're gonna do the pairing. We'll probably have Christy come on, the rep for the Old Elk, and we'll see who else will be on here with me smoking a cigar. But the pairing,
Christy
I'm
might.
giving, this is a 9. This is definitely in the 9s. I mean, I'm gonna give it. I have to go pretty good.
I don't smoke these things, and even I feel like Placencia is just kind of at a different level. Placencia and Alec Bradley have been kind of my favorite 2 side streams to change the profile of whiskey.
What's the highest pairing I ever did yet?
Maybe 9.2.
So funny you said that. So I was gonna go 9.3 on this.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to just say 9. I didn't want, but I knew it was right around like 9.1, 9.2.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is a good fucking pairing.
Yeah.
It beats any other pairing we did. It really does.
Mm-hmm. And I think all those pairings are kind of on this like sliding scale. You almost have to go back and like adjust them based on new knowledge that you have.
It's true. We should revisit a couple of them.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'm giving this a 9.25.
Yeah.
9.25.
We got the book here with some of them when we remember.
That book goes back to like January of 2020. No, December of 2022.
Yeah.
Is that when we started it?
Yeah.
It was December of 2022. We started this. Oh, the Guinness pairing, of course.
That doesn't.
No, I think it's a 9.25 definitely takes the top spot,
I thought
and
the,
it's definitely worth it.
I thought the old Bardstown would be in there because that was a high one. I think that was
Yeah.
I think that was your other high one.
That had a lot to do with the bourbon, though,
Whiskey, yeah.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So a 9.25 and an 8.85 for the average. And we're doing this all week long. So come on over, Cigars on Market, Billtown Cigar Club, and check this place out. It's pretty wild. It's pretty cool. I think you're going to like it.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's blown away when they step in here.
Don, can we zoom in on this camera, do you think?
Yeah.
Let's zoom in real quick for everybody. And then we're going to say goodnight.
I can't see from behind.
Check this place out, everybody.
Got the bar there. Nice lounge areas. Beautiful pool table. More lounge around the side.
So we'll see you all soon. See you, Don.
Cheers.